Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today we will have a look at this 1/48 scale special hobby model kit. It first came out in 2009 and was reissued in 2016 with some new parts. This is a newer version. The first release represents version 2 of the plane. This one is version 1. The aircraft was developed in the late 1930s as a private venture by the German manufacturer Heinkel. It's the world's first turbojet aircraft, but not as well known as the Messerschmitt 262, which has seen military service, contrary to the Heinkel. First flight took place on the 27th of August 1939. German officials were not impressed with the performance of the plane and it was not chosen for further development. Heinkel, however, started with the development of the twin-engine HE-280 jet. That one was also not put in service. This honor went to the ME-262. Two versions of the Heinkel 178 were made. Version 1 was powered by the Heinkel Strahltriebwerke 3 engine. Prototype 2 only flew as a glider. The model kit. Special Hobby treats us with a lot of uncommon or lesser known planes. They used to produce only short run kits, which means the quality of molds can vary. Nowadays they also make more modern steel CNC milled molds, which are not as fragile as the old types. The model kit has seen two releases in the Special Hobby lineup, but actually dates back to 1994 when it was released under the Connor brand name. This makes me believe this kit is an early short run type of kit. The Special Hobby version contains the original sprues plus some PE parts and the new full color booklet. The molds seem nice and crisp with little flash. Let's have a closer look. Put that aside. The side opening box contains only one plastic sprue. On this sprue are 25 plastic parts. The sprue is packaged in a plastic bag. You will also find a molded canopy and a vacuum formed canopy. This last one actually contains two canopies. So let's have a look in the bag. The plastic sprues. Two vacuum formed canopies. And one molded canopy. A last separate bag contains the PE parts and a plastic film with the instrument panel. The film will be sitting under the PE part, hopefully giving it an appearance of depth like the real instruments. So this is the film. It's made out of thick plastic. These are the PE parts. The PE parts are for the non-retractable landing gear. It was not retractable on the version 1 prototype. The seat belts and the footrest and some instruments at the side of the cockpit. There are no decals provided, simply because the real stuff did not carry any markings. The small booklet explains in 10 easy steps how to assemble the plane. We start with the instrument panel, then we go over to the pilot's seat with the seat belts and the footrest. Then at the side wall of the fuselage we have some instruments, also PE parts. Step 4 is the assembly of the wings. They are 3 parts. So this is the upper surface and then the 2 parts go at the underside. It's easy to assemble the wing in the correct position because it's molded in one piece. Next up, 5 is putting the 2 halves together. Then we put the wings on the fuselage. Step 7, 8, 9 is putting the wheels on the fuselage. And then the last step, number 10, is putting the canopy. The next page shows the paint guide. You will need 2 shades of metal and Reichsluftfahrtministerium 2 paint, so that's this one. The references for the paints are Mr. Hobby, and then the last 2 pages show some commercials for other planes they have in their lineup. So what about the quality? I don't see many flash on the plastic parts. There are some injector pins, but not on the visible places, like these ones. They need to be removed for the other rings to fit on there. Here are some other pins. They also need to be removed, but they are not in plain sight, so that wouldn't be a big problem. There are no pins to help you place the wings, so carefully dry fitting and gluing is necessary. The surface detail on the fuselage and the wings is very fine. Too much sanding will make them disappear. There are only a few visible rivets on near the landing gear, and some of the replicas of the plane that are built in later years in real life show some fine rivets. So if you want to put them on there, you have to do the work yourself. The control surfaces of the plane are not movable, so if you want that, you also have to make them yourself. I will try to show you a close-up of the panel lines. As you can see, they are very fine. So to conclude, I think it's a nice kit of a special plane, not as well known to the public as some of the other planes built in that area. The small parts count will make it a small project if you choose to build it out of the box. But that reminds me, I did not find any aftermarket stuff for this plane. So anything you will want to build yourself must be scratch building. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe, and until next time, bye.